Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. I wanted to create this video to go over the task cards in case friends couldn't print them out. I would like for you to grab a whiteboard marker, or a pencil and paper. Remember, at any time you can pause the video to catch up if I'm going too fast. And our goal with writing addresses is to make sure the proper nouns are capitalized and there is a comma in the right spot. So, looking at our first task card, it says Michelle Tanner, 1882 Girard Street, San Francisco, California, 94134. Now on my whiteboard, I'm going to write down the same lines, but I'm going to capitalize the M in Michelle, the T in Tanner, because it's a person's name. Remember, that's something that we want to capitalize. So I'm going to start with my whiteboard with her name, Michelle Tanner. Then the second line, I'm going to write the 1882. And now when it comes to Girard Street, can you remind me, do I need to capitalize the name of a street? If you said yes, you are correct. So I'm going to write 1882, capital G for Girard, capital S for street. And then going down to our third line, but before that, this is what our board looks like. Yay! It says San Francisco. Do you think we capitalize the letter S in San? Correct, we do. San. What about Francisco? Do we capitalize the F in Francisco? Perfect. We do. Oh, make sure I write the word correctly because it's right in front of me. And then, we come up to CA. Now, when it says CA, is that Ca or does that mean California? That means California because San Francisco is a city in the state, California. So I'm going to capitalize CA and then write the zip code 94134. So right now, our address looks like this. Perfect. The right capitalized letters. Now we are missing our comma. Does anybody know where the comma goes? If you said between Francisco and California, you are correct because it's separating the city and the state, San Francisco, California. Perfect. Go ahead and look at the second task card. Let's see if you can do that one on your own. So on my whiteboard, I'm going to write the address correctly. Big Bird, 123 Sesame Street, Langhorne. PA means Pennsylvania, 19047. Make sure you put the right capital letters. And then where does the comma go? If you need to pause the video at this time to write down the address correctly with the correct comma, please do so. If you have written it down and you added the comma correctly, it should look like this. Good job. Moving on to the next two cards. Go ahead and try these on your own. Remember to pause the video when you need to write them down and then play the video for the next cards, and I will show you the answer in a few seconds. We're gonna go two at a time. So I'm gonna have Marsha, Brady, 4222 Clinton Way, Los Angeles, California. Again, that's CA is the state, 91401. Now for this one, I'm going to underline the letters that I capitalized so you can clearly see what needs to be capitalized. So for number 3, it should look like this. Remember, pause if you need to pause the video. For the next one, to President Trump, his address, we're going to write President Trump, 1600, ooh, this is a long word, Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., 20500. Again, pause the video now to write the address correctly and then hit play to get the answer. If you wrote your address like this, you are correct. Practice writing these addresses. Pause the video if you need to, so you can catch up on writing the addresses. All right, boys and girls, at this time, I want you to put away the whiteboard and whiteboard marker, put away that paper that we have been practicing on, get a new sheet of paper. So everybody grab a new sheet of paper because I would like you to write the next task cards on your own, and then I will show you the slide at the end with all of the answers. So go ahead and now, using your piece of paper and pencil, write out these task card addresses correctly. Pause the video at any time if you need to pause the video. So here is card number 5 and 6. We're going to move on to card 7 and 8. Now remember, our goal is to capitalize the proper nouns and add the 1 comma between the city and the state. Moving on to numbers 9 and 10. Pause so you can practice writing that down correctly. We also have to practice writing it in a sentence. So here is a write the sentence correctly task card. The bakery is on 3320 Columbus Drive, Tampa, Florida. Now I notice that the proper nouns are all capitalized. We have to add the comma in the right spot. So when you're writing down your answers to this sentence, it should say the bakery is on 3320 Columbus Drive, comma, Tampa, Florida. So we add a comma after Columbus Drive, then we have Tampa, comma, Florida. So this, in a sentence, gets 2 commas. The bakery is on 3320 Columbus Drive, Tampa, Florida. Let's try the next one. The next sentence, the closest McDonald's is on 720 Main Street, Roswell, New Mexico, 88201. So I'm going to write the whole sentence. The closest, capital McDonald's, is on 720 Main Street, comma, Roswell, comma, New Mexico, 88201. So if your sentence looks like this, you are correct. Remember, you can pause this video at any time. Now I'm going to flip through these slides for you. Pause it to write your sentences correctly. We're going to move on to number 11 and 12. So there's 11 and 12. Her school is at 1705 or 1705 13th Avenue, Texas City, Texas is TX, 77590. So where would we put commas in this sentence? Moving on to task cards 13, 14. Pause at any time to write these down. And finally, the last two on slide 15 and 16. Now with writing number 11, remember we have to add a comma where it says the bakery is on 3320 Columbus Drive, comma, Tampa, comma, Florida. So that sentence is going to need 2 commas to separate the street, the city, and the state. Let's continue practicing with the next cards and writing a sentence correctly using an address. Pause the video to write down 10. Remember, we need to add a comma after the street name, the city, comma, and we have our state there. Pause the video at any time to write down these sentences correctly. So there's number 11 and 12. (13) and 14. And your last one, 15 and 16. The office is located at 862 Oakwood Circle, Irvine, California. So Oakwood Circle is the street. Add your comma. Irvine is the city, comma, California is the state. So when we're writing an address in the sentence, we want to break up the street name, the city, from the state. And then to check your answers, here's that writing paper if you wanted to print it out. Here are your answers. So go ahead and pause the video to check your answers for 1 through 6. Pause the video to check your numbers 7 through 12. This is 7 through 12. And then the rest. 13 to 16. Go back through anytime to practice these cards for your quiz on Thursday.